equal rights. Just give us a chance. We're just like you. We want it now.
Thousands of supporters of gay marriage take to the streets of Hillcrest and North Park demanding a repeal of Proposition 8. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Phil Blauer. We first saw the marches in San Francisco and West Hollywood this week after voters approved Proposition 8.
Tonight, an estimated 8,000 to 10,000 people have marched here in San Diego in a fight for gay marriage rights. It began today at 3rd and University in Hillcrest and went all the way to 30th and University in North Park.
Tonight, what they're saying about the controversial passage of Prop 8 and response from supporters of the measure. News 8's Angie Lee joins us live now from Hillcrest. Angie?
Phil and Marcella, the elections may be over, but one group says the fight is far from over. 8,000 to 10,000 people took to the streets here in Hillcrest, all to say no on Prop 8. They gathered, marched,
What do we want? Equal rights.
and chanted. Thousands of demonstrators hit the streets to protest the passage of Proposition 8, which bans same-sex marriage in California.
I got married and I've been with my partner for 13 years, and I hope that people from Houston to New York to Chicago, everybody stands up for equality, just like they did in the civil rights marches.
Equal rights, that's all this group wants, despite the fact 5.8 million voters voted in favor of traditional marriage. Jennifer and Tara Benedict tied the knot just before Election Day, and they're here to make sure their voices are heard.
We're just here for our friends. We're here to make a stand and
equal rights.
help everybody. So we're here. We're very excited.
Similar events are taking place throughout the state and are being closely watched by members of the Yes on Prop 8 campaign. Chris Clark says while opponents of Proposition 8 have every right to free speech, he wants to make sure the other side is told.
There should be, I would think, a little more respect for 5.8 million people in California who felt strongly for traditional family values.
2 times in a row, California voters have acted to define marriage as between a man and a woman. While Clark hopes opponents of traditional marriage respect the voters' decision, both sides seem to agree on one thing, that the fight is far from over.
We need our equal rights. Just give us a chance. We're just like you. We love America. We serve our country.
I think it's rather naive to think that this is once and for all been decided.
Now, the march lasted about 3 hours. We're happy to report that there were no arrests. We should mention, though, more protests are scheduled throughout the state, including one tomorrow in La Jolla. Phil and Marcella?
All right, Angie Lee reporting live tonight from Hillcrest. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next hour.
A crowd estimated at 10,000 marches from Hillcrest to North Park. They hit the streets for this reason, to protest the passage of Proposition 8, the proposition that defines marriage as a union between one man and one woman, not 2 men, not 2 women. On Tuesday, voters in California approved it by a margin of 52.4% to 47.6%.
This is how people get their rights, by marching. As this guy up here said, we're taxpayers, we have the right to be here as well.
And the ironic thing is animals have rights and we don't. That's crazy. They won their rights, we didn't.
I just believe in peace, love, and equality, and I was really, disturbed by the vote, and I just think that all Californians should have the right to marry the person they love. So I'm out supporting peace, love, and equality.
We should all have that right to be married if we want to be married. I think it's our right.
The protesters begin their march in Hillcrest and finish in North Park. But they say they are hardly finished in trying to make same-sex marriage legal in California.
There are a lot of online petitions being sent around. Read them and go through and vote on them and forward them to your friends and your family to show them that this is wrong.
We previously did have the right to marry. We were previously equal to everybody else in the state, and now we're not. So we have a job to do to regain our equal rights.
Now, San Diego police report no arrests, no problems, although the crowd was estimated as in the range of between 8,000 and 10,000. A lot of folks showed up there. Now, what's the next step? Well, the folks you just heard from say they are going to continue their fight. Meantime, proponents of Proposition 8 are being now used to push their measure in other states because they look at California's formula, as they are calling it, as very successful. We're coming live from Hillcrest. John Soderman, KUSI News.
Certainly an issue which has sparked a lot of emotion. John, you said the online petition is one step. Any idea of a possible court challenge in the offing here?
Oh, I'm sure there could be. Here at the center here, they say that the way they describe it is aggressive grassroots activism. So I think it's safe to say this thing is not going away.
All right. Thank you very much for the update, John.